Good morning everybody, Mr. Wang here. Guys, right now it's about 7:15 in the morning and I'm about to embark on a very special journey. Just 1 year ago, a railway line opened up between China and Laos. That's right, where I am now in the city of Kunming in Yunnan province, southwest China. You can go directly to Luang Prabang, the oldest city in Laos, and to Vientiane, the capital. But what does this railway line mean for the people living in the cities along the two countries? And what is it actually like riding the train? Come with me as we find out more. Let's go, guys. Honestly, of all the trips I've taken recently, this is the one I'm most excited about. One, because I get to go on the train finally rather than the plane. Turbulence has been incredible recently. But also, it's the country of Laos, or Laos. Guys, can you help me out here? I'm not really sure. Laos or Laos pronunciation. I believe it's a little bit like Britain and the British. In that, I come from Britain, but I am British. I eat British food. Don't put any comments about British food. There is some good British food. But anyway, we're going to Laos, and I'm super excited to be on the train. I've been to Luang Prabang and Vientiane before, both wonderful places. Luang Prabang, I really do believe, might be the best holiday destination I've ever been to. Fantastic place. But yeah, guys, we're going on the train. So have you guys been to Laos? Have you guys been to China? What do you think about taking trains instead of planes? Exciting for you? Environmentally friendly? I guess, maybe. Anyway, the journey begins. Right, we've made it onto the train. It's actually not that busy. The sort of central carriages are quite busy, but these carriages aren't that busy. I guess not a lot of people know about the train from China to Laos. I didn't know about it before. Obviously, this is the first time I've been on it, so it needs a bit more publicity. Like my YouTube videos. But yeah, it's interesting. So far, it's really cool. The outside the train was actually in red, white, and blue, which I believe are the colours of the Lao flag. So different from other Chinese trains, but there's also Lao language being spoken, and English and Chinese, which is really cool. And I think a lot of the people working on the train can speak both English, Lao, and Chinese. So I think it's really good, especially for people who have been on the train for the first time. It's really good for them, useful to have those languages available to them. And for me as well, not everybody can speak Chinese, speak Lao. I can't, by the way. I can only speak Chinese and English. My Lao is Sawadi. It's not very good. Hello. Hi. Hello. Sawadi. Hello. Sawadi. So this train, like any regular train, starts in Kunming and works its way down into Laos, and it stops as a normal train would at various stations. We've just stopped at Pu'er. Have you guys heard of Pu'er tea? Famous tea here in Yunnan in China. Pu'er station. And it's interesting because I've never been to Pu'er before. I'm really interested in it. I like tea a lot, so I would like the opportunity to go to Pu'er. But on this trip, we're going through to Laos. Although I think in a future trip, what would be really cool would be to take this train, but get off at every stop. Maybe not every stop, not every place is interesting. But Pu'er certainly is on the list. Guys, it's a super interesting train, a mix of Thai people from Europe I met as well, a lot of Chinese obviously, Lao people, and I just met a guy from Laos and he said it's Lao. He said Lao without the S. Now again, he's from Laos and I know in Lao they say Lao. So English might want to add the S, but I'm going to stick with Lao for the rest of the trip. Lao. Lao beer, Lao the country. Let's get on camera, let's go to Lao. 4 hours later and we're off the train. We've arrived at the Mohan station. This is where everybody needs to get off the train. You can see everybody's getting off here. This is the border basically between China and Laos, and this is where you need to get off the train, go through customs, have your passport checked and all the rest of it, then you get back on the train to go through to Laos. But right now we're getting off the train, have a bit of inspection. We might not go through to Laos today. We're going to see how it goes. We might stop here for a night or two, but we are going to Laos. But if it was today or if it's the next day, everyone has to get off here and go through customs. Word of warning, my e-visa hasn't come through yet, so do apply for your visa either in your passport or your e-visa in advance. Fingers crossed my e-visa will be ready for this afternoon if I want to go, or for tomorrow, the next day, if that's when we want to go. Sunglasses on and suntan lotion on as well. If you suffer from very, very pale skin, very, very pale skin as I do, these are key, both sunglasses and the suntan lotion on. So I better stick a bit on, otherwise I'm going to get burnt to a crisp. Bacon, British bacon in Laos. You can see behind me, these are some of the real fast Chinese trains, these bullet trains they have in China now. But then behind me over there are the old Lupitre, basically means green trains, the green trains. And they're the old style trains, they go a little bit slower. What's funny is, as I saw someone from Laos, because previously Laos didn't have a railway network. So now they've got the really fast, super fast Chinese trains. But the Chinese have also given them these older trains as well, the second-hand trains. But it works out because that way at least people got a bit more of a choice. Yes, you probably want to go on the fast trains, but if you can't afford that or want a cheaper ride, you can go on those the older trains, both in China, although they're really less and less. We see them less and less in China, but in Laos, China's found a great way of disposing of their older trains, giving them to Laos. But also, they've given the new ones as well, let's be clear. Fast and a bit older as well. So we're out of the train station. As soon as we got out of the train station, I was greeted by 3 police officers, customs, I guess. I wanted to see my passport immediately. I think it's always the case, you know, I know people are just doing their job, but often when people speak in a different language, I'm sure I'm the same, they can come across a lot harsher. So that Chinese guy, again, I don't think he meant anything by it, but it was like, show me your passport, where's your visa? And it felt like that, but actually to him probably it's just speaking a second language. And it's like that. I probably sound terrible in Chinese. 是不是？听起来很怪怪的. But anyway, showing my passport. Again, this is not customs because my visa hasn't come through yet. Right now we're still in China, in the border town of Mohan, and probably going to get to Laos in a couple of days. 要不然你走前面。Guys, can you see in the distance behind me there are train tracks? This is a railway line stretching all the way down into Laos and then goes on further into Thailand and all over Southeast Asia. But the China-Laos, the new railway line, is just in Laos and in China. And that's a real high-speed railway line for passengers. But also there's the produce coming up, all the goods, the containers that are carried up here. So what happens is they come on the train line, these containers, then they're moved on to these trucks behind me and they're brought here. Why? Because this is Mohan, the land port of Mohan, or land border of Mohan. This is the Mohan China Customs. So all the products are brought in here. A few, not everything, is sort of checked. They have their own system for deciding which containers are going to be checked. They're brought on the trucks, brought here. This is mainly the fruit station, by the way, and the fruit is checked here. So a lot of durian, a lot of mangosteens. Guys, saw durian for the first time in its natural habitat. Well, taken off its natural habitat, but you know, ready for sale. Huge, really spiky. A lot of effort for fruit, especially a lot of effort for some stinky fruit as well.